So I'm in my Matsuri, go to the festival clothing, which we're doing today. Okay, good. We'll start in a few minutes.
Is Obone season, is this the one with the dance where you do the hand in the hand and shovel over the shoulder?
Yeah, the Dance of the Dead, where you welcome back the ancestors. And in this region, they take eggplants and they put toothpicks in them and make them look like little donkeys. Okay? And then they put them in front of the house, and the ancestors come from the other world. And they spend a few days, and you dance, and then you send them off again, back on their donkey. Or sometimes they light lanterns and they put them in the water and let them float away. Or don't do anything. But it's one of those ambiguities in Japanese Buddhism, because were the folks reborn and went to another world, or are they coming back, to visit? It's one of those little things. And I asked Japanese priests about it, and he basically went, I don't know.
Okay.
That's what they do. I said, I don't know.
It's a good
So
answer.
we keep it kind of ambiguous. Rokudo, good to see you. Hello. We were talking about Obon. I'll talk about that a little bit again in a bit. It's because it's vacation season. Oh, we have visitors. Good. Good. Hello, show. I finished my dusting? I think so. Let me check. Hello. You're not traveling for Obon? You didn't go anywhere? Later? Oh, okay, good. Hi. So you're still here, not taking Obon trip yet, huh? Okay, come on in. I'm dressed for Obon. I'm going to Matsuri later. All right. Good to see you guys. Kaita, did you get my message that the burrito was invented in North Korea? Okay, just so you know. Okay, how's our camera doing? I think we need a new camera. Oh, sorry. Make yourself at home. Well, hello everybody. I'm dressed very summery. My Japanese jinbei. That's basically kind of samurai with short pants that wear here. It's typical of the Matsuri, the festival season, which is now. But this is also this week Obon. In parts of Japan, there are parts of Japan, by the way, Obon is in July. They're kind of stubborn. They go by the lunar calendar. But the rest of Japan, it's this week. And it must be confusing to the ancestors, because the ancestors have to come back from the other world. Obon is the time when the ancestors come back. And many local families, I was telling Onsho there, that they take cucumbers and nas, eggplant, and they put in toothpicks. And they make little donkeys and horses. And the ancestors ride them from the other world to come back. And they spend a few days with the family, and they do the Bon Odori, the bone dance, which is like a dance of the dead, but it's a very joyous, a square dance. And then they send the ancestors off to the other world. And I often asked, this is kind of ambiguous for Japanese Buddhism, because the deceased ancestors, they go to the other world, and they're either in the Pure Land or Some of them, they're reborn, right? They're reborn. Why do they come back? And aren't they, haven't they gone on to the next life? And the typical Japanese priest answer is gasho? I don't know. Gasho. It's kind of ambiguous. They don't answer that here, but it's a joyous time, and it's not to celebrate those who have passed. It's a time of life and to celebrate life and the summer and things. So I'm going after this to a little bon dance and matsuri, I think, today, and so I'm all dressed for it. And I advise you to celebrate life too, and that's what we're going to do today. Our question is, why Zen? Why Zen? I'm talking. Let's get to the Zen part, okay? If you've been here before, you know what to do. And if it's your first time, just follow along. I believe we are in Onkai's good hands today.
It's Koku.
Is that right?
No, it's Koku.
Okay. Oh, Koku, sorry. Okay, Koku is joining us from the other world. He's also riding in on his donkey. So you'll hear Koku in a bit. Okay, very good.
The heart of the perfection of great wisdom. Sutra. Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, awaken one of compassion in Prajna Paramita, the deep practice of perfect wisdom, perceive the emptiness of all five conditions, and was free of suffering. O Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness. Emptiness, no other than form. Form is precisely emptiness. Emptiness, precisely form. Sensations, perceptions, formations, and consciousness are also like this. O Shariputra, all things are expressions of emptiness, not born, not destroyed, not stained, not pure, neither waxing nor waning. Thus emptiness is not form, not sensation, nor perception, not formation, nor consciousness, no eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, no sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, no object of mind, no realm of sight, no realm of consciousness, no ignorance, no end to ignorance, no old age and death, no cessation of old age and death, no suffering, no cause or end to suffering, no path, no wisdom, and no gain. No gain, thus bodhisattvas live this prajna paramita with no hindrance of mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear, far beyond all delusion. Nirvana is already here. All past, present, and future Buddhas live this prajna paramita and realize supreme and complete enlightenment. Therefore know that prajna paramita is the sacred mantra, the luminous mantra, the supreme mantra, the incomparable mantra, by which all suffering is clear. This is no other than truth. Therefore set forth the prajna paramita mantra. Set forth this mantra and proclaim Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisoaka. Hanya Shingyo. Buddha nature pervades the whole universe, reality existing right here now. In reciting the heart of the Perfection of Great Wisdom Sutra, we dedicate our sincere efforts to Shakyamuni Buddha, Honored One, the historical Buddha and teacher, and to those ancestral teachers, Eihei Dogen, Honored One, Soji Keiza, Honored One, all successive Honored Ones, up until Zui Gakko Rempo Honored One, and Gudo Wafu Honored One, and to all other Honored Ones throughout history, same yet diverse Honored Ones, whose names have been forgotten or left unsaid. We also dedicate these efforts to the three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, to all awakened ones and teachers in all places and times. We especially seek tranquility and well-being for all creatures now suffering or ill in health. May they be serene through all their ills. May their lives be at peace and wisdom pervade the darkness of ignorance. We dedicate our hopes and aspirations to all victims of war and violence and natural events, to the injured and to all families touched by these tragedies, to the healing of hatred in all countries and among all peoples, to the wisdom and compassion of our world leaders, to the peace of the world and harmony of all beings. Thus, let the harmful effects of words, thoughts, and actions be dispelled, and compassion bloom in perpetual spring. May we all realize and live the enlightened way together. All Buddhas throughout space and time. All Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, Maha Prajna Paramita.
Zazen? KINHIN. We will have Zazen and a little talk. Here, if you can hear, be the tree in the garden. The tree in the garden. Okay. There is a famous Zen koan that goes like this. A monk asked Master Joshu, "What is the meaning of the ancestor Bodhidharmas having come from the West? Why did he travel from India to China to bring the word of Zen?" It's traditionally taken as a question asking, what's this all about? What is the meaning of Zen? Why are we doing this practice now? And Joshu answered most clearly, the tree in the garden. And that might lead us to wonder why these Zen guys can never say things straight. The tree in the garden. What can that mean? But I assure you that maybe all of the meaning of our practice in Zen is in that answer, nothing left out. And let me try to show you why. I mean, it can have many meanings. They're all right. Nothing wrong with them. For example, one is the tree is just the tree. Things are just what they are. Without judgments, without our ratings and opinions, the tree is just the tree. This world is just this world. Our life is just this life. I mean, the tree, I assume, doesn't compare itself to the other trees. It doesn't say, I'm the tallest tree in the garden, good for me. Or, I'm lagging behind the pine tree over there. The tree just does its thing. We humans are the ones who constantly judge and rate. We should learn a lesson from the tree and the rocks and the mountains, to just be what we be, like that. And though the tree seems to have goals, it reaches for the sun. When it rains, when the light brings its energy, it grows, though it seems to have its goals. We can say it just responds and does what it does. I have to check with my biologist here, but I think it's not saying to itself, oh, I have to get to be a certain height by next Tuesday. Maybe I have to put in some overtime, or maybe I'm not keeping up. It just does what it does. Human beings are the ones with goals and frustrations when our goals are interfered with. I would even say that though the tree has certain natural protections, its bark and other things it does to keep away the bugs and the fire that might sometimes burn through, protecting itself in a natural way, I would say that most trees I know don't seem to get angry at the bugs, don't seem to resent the fire. Human beings do. We resent the things that get in our way, shorten our lives. The trees seem to just grow as long as they grow. So there's another lesson for us. Keep yourself safe. Natural defenses, fine. But accept and allow nature to be nature, things to be things, events to be events, our lives to be as long as they are. So those are some lessons from the tree, but it doesn't end there. The tree in the garden also teaches us that it takes, but it is of service to the entire environment. I think most elements of nature are actually of service. The clearest example are you are breathing the tree right now, or at least the oxygen that the tree has given us in return for what the tree has taken from us, the CO2, of course, and it takes some water, it takes nutrients from the ground. We die someday, we contribute to those nutrients. It's all a give and take. Never forget that your practice right now is not just for you. No problem you having some benefit from it, but you are practicing, you are living of service to the world. You must. It's one reason I don't care for the kuzu weeds that strangle the trees in our garden. I have to stop them from twirling around the trees. I think the kuzu is not at fault. I don't blame the kuzu for doing the kuzu thing, but the kuzu is a little selfish. And so I try to tell the kuzu, you may grow over there, but leave my trees alone, like that. So we also try not to be selfish. I think most trees, most plants in nature find their place in the sun, and they leave room for the other trees to grow. Every leaf finds its place in the sun and leaves room for the other leaves, like that. So that's another lesson for us. We practice to be of service. We practice because this world is a give and take. That is our bodhisattva vow. But it doesn't end there. It also tells us something about who we are and what our life is. For in a sense, there is no tree except in your own mind. Your mind takes the light and sees green. Your mind pins a name on it and says that's this tree, and it's not the bush or the blade of grass or the ground or the stone. But I don't know if the tree really separates itself from the garden and the stones and the mountains. Is the tree growing on the mountain the mountain? Is the tree in the garden just the garden come to life? And if the flowers and the stones are also the garden, are not the flowers and the stones also the tree? I mean, if I am the garden and you are the garden, aren't I you and you me? Like that? Not just this separate thing? I mean, the biologist here will tell me, yes, the tree has its own system, and the physicist will tell me that we can identify where its place in the fields begins and ends, but really it's all just the ecosystem sweeping in and out. Only the human mind separates it into the garden and the trees and the mountains. It's all this great one thing, and it's all the planet Earth come to life. I mean, think of the leaf on the tree. Is the leaf on the tree a part of the tree? This is the human beings, and I fight with many Zen people about this. Where they say this, I like to point this out. Why do you insist that the leaf on the tree is a part of the tree? Why don't you see it's the tree itself? I mean, strip away the bark, strip away the wood, strip away the leaves, the branches, the twigs. There is no tree. It's not just parts. It is the tree, you see. And so, when a single leaf falls from the tree, and the tree keeps growing, the leaf goes on and on, you see. Oh, sure, that leaf's time is done. But the leaf is the tree, and the tree grows on. So, the leaf goes on. This is the part of the talk where I promised myself I was not going to sing that song about the tree and the hole in the ground. Okay, skipping over that. But that point is right. And if the tree is just the garden, and the tree or the forest or the mountain, and the tree falls, but the garden goes on, the nature goes on, the mountain goes on, doesn't the tree go on? And I'm not just talking its chemicals, its nutrients. We Buddhists see something more vital. There's a life that has arisen as the tree, and as every blade of grass, and as you and me. It's not just the chemicals and the atoms. There's something living here, and it goes on and on. I think the biologists talk about sometimes the whole earth as an organism, the Gaia theory and all that. I don't know about that, but there's something that's going on where the parts are just the whole and each other, and it's the whole universe. I mean, the light for the tree came from the sun. The green is actually the rejected wavelengths of photons that go into your eye, that become the color green, that you see as a tree, where you breathe out, and it's inhaled by the tree, and the earth keeps going around the sun, like that. It's one thing. So don't think of yourself as just a part of falling leaf. By the way, footnote, yes, this is where the name Treeleaf comes from. The leaf is the tree. The tree is just the leaf, and it's all the whole thing. And the whole thing, the sun and the outer space, the atoms from exploding stars and all of nature and all the thin atmosphere of this world, and it's turning, and you and me are the tree, in the tree, emanating in the tree. It's as if every leaf of the tree, every atom of the leaf contains the whole universe, is the whole universe. This is something it's hard for us to see because we're so used to think of separate pieces and parts. This came before and after. I'm telling you, literally, the whole universe is in every atom of chlorophyll. Like that. As if you looked inside there with your microscope and you're going, oh my gosh, the whole universe is in there. It's true. We change the way, the models of our mind, and we just redefine the world and experience it this other way. And finally, it's Obon, I told you, which is the time when we recognize that there is death and people we miss. We say in simple terms, they come back and we dance with them and welcome them back and think about them, and then we let them go again. That's what the holiday is. But I'm telling you, it's all in the tree too. Because that tree is here for a time. It's here for some seasons, maybe 100 years. Maybe I have a tree in the back of my garden, a huge tree, huge. And it's, I believe, 180 years old, I was told, something like that. But that's a fraction of the time of this universe. But I'm telling you, it's all time is there, and something timeless. Something timeless is in that tree, in every leaf, okay? And when we pass from this world, when the leaf falls from that tree, as it does every winter, that tree goes on. And my garden in the back goes on. And this town where I live, for hundreds of years and thousands of years, people have lived here, and it goes on. And millions of years in this world goes on. And the billions of years go on. And the trillions of years, and the long eras, and something timeless, maybe universes upon universes, go on and on. And that is all alive in the tree, in the garden. Let's sit. We will now recite the verse of atonement and the 4 vows.
All harmful acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old, on account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and mind, now I atone for them all. To save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, to transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, to perceive reality, though reality is boundless, to attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable.
Lovely, lovely. I hope all your reaching for the sun this week goes lovely. Stay away from the insects and the fires, and try to be more like the tree, giving space to the world, giving back, not the selfish kuzu, even though it's just doing its thing. And we're going to have tea if anybody wants to stick around. Otherwise, the rest of you, I just wish you a beautiful summer. All right? I'll see you guys later. Happy Obon, everybody. See you guys later. Can you stick around? A little bit? Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh, lovely. Thank you.